Obviously, to paraphrase William Faulkner, the legacy of our past achievements isn't really past. It lives and breathes through our work today. Many of the scholars and leaders you heard from still work at Teachers College, and in many instances, thousands of their students are building upon their ideas. Which brings me to the next stage of our proceedings. Each year at Academic Festival, we honor a group of distinguished alumni for their achievements. During lunch today, you'll meet the 5 recipients of the 2012 Teachers College Distinguished Alumni Award, as well as the recipient of the Teachers College Early Career Award. Right now, we'd like to welcome these outstanding alumni to the stage and briefly recognize their accomplishments.
Lucille Ann Joel has been a tenured professor in the College of Nursing at Rutgers, the State University of New Jersey, for 20 years. She is an international expert in the field of nursing and serves the International Council of Nurses as their official representative to UNICEF and the UN. John King is New York State's Commissioner of Education and President of the University of the State of New York. He is a member of the U.S. Department of Education's Equity and Excellence Commission. Harold Noah is the Gardner Cowles Professor Emeritus in Economics and Education and former Dean of Teachers College. He is an internationally recognized authority in comparative education. He has given his name to a highly sought TC Alumni Award within the International and Comparative Education Program. Robert Schaffer is the founder of Schaffer Consulting and creator of the nation's longest-running professional workshop for staff consultants. He is the author of 3 highly reviewed books, The Breakthrough Strategy, Rapid Results, and High Impact Consulting. The Early Career Alumni Award for her achievements within 10 years of graduation goes to Betty Perez Rivera. Betty is the director of the East Harlem Asthma Center of Excellence and author of the Family Asthma Guide that is now used nationwide. She also initiated an interdisciplinary chronic disease program, the first of its kind. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate these distinguished alumni with a continued round of applause.
Receiving a Distinguished Alumni Award or an Early Career Award is a very special honor. Each year, our Alumni Council receives dozens of nominations for both awards, so we are so excited to have you here, and we commend the Alumni Council for choosing such a stellar group of honorees. At this time, we have the privilege of honoring 2 other notable TC alumni, and then we'll turn to our keynote speaker for the day. First, we'll present the Teachers College President's Award of High Distinction to Dr. Paula Rosen, publisher of the award-winning newspaper Education Update. Paula earned her undergraduate degree at Barnard and her PhD in special education from TC, where she has served for many years on our Alumni Council. I'd now like to ask Tom James, our Provost and Dean, to read the award citation for Dr. Paula Rosen.
Paula Rosen, the tenacity and ingenuity you have brought to bear in establishing Education Update has made the publication a fixture in New York City and a staple of quality education journalism. Education Update honors the everyday heroes who carry the banner of the education profession. This publication lovingly reflects the idealism and the wisdom that you have displayed in your own life, along with an undying appreciation of the former New York City public school student that you are. You have been a classroom teacher, a special education supervisor, and a professor at CUNY. These past professional accomplishments undoubtedly fostered your tremendous passion for creating a publication that recognizes that education is the story of our times. In fact, your enthusiasm for Education Update drove you to personally hand-deliver the first editions door to door on Manhattan's Upper East Side. Today, the paper has been widely honored and enjoys a circulation of hundreds of thousands. It is known for its annual awards to educators, its annual essay writing contest for New York public school students, and the conferences it sponsors on education policy. Its columnists have included Mayor Michael Bloomberg, former schools chancellor Joel Klein, and United Federation of Teachers president Randy Weingarten. Paula Rosen, for shining a bright light on the world of education, for recognizing the contributions of teachers and administrators, and for illuminating the inner workings of a field that touches us all. We proudly present you with the Teachers College President's Award of High Distinction.
Thank you, President Furman, Provost Tom James, faculty, administrative friends, colleagues, my sons Adam and Rob, my granddaughter Emily, and my husband Herman, and of course, my fellow honorees. When I came to Teachers College, I was a well-educated liberal arts major from across the street, Barnard College. Brave and strong, I was ready to forge ahead in education, improving the lives of children, but I was without the requisite skills. This great place, aptly named Teachers College, provided me with the knowledge, the mentors, and the colleagues who are my friends to this day. It inspired me to do something different, founding a newspaper, Education Update, that is now 16 years old and has a national readership. It started me on a teaching path that subsequently embraced teaching children and teens in hospitals, homes, teaching English to high school students, and teaching college students and teachers. With the current economic crisis, it is of paramount importance that our student body acquire financial literacy. How fortunate I am to have worked with Trustee Joyce Cowan on her dream, a financial literacy program, along with Professor Annan Murray, that was just approved by both Chancellor Walcott of the New York City Department of Education and New York State Commissioner of Education John King, who is with us today. Come visit us at 3 p.m. today at the Financial Literacy panel I'm chairing. Winston Churchill said his days at Harrow were filled with toil, worries, and purposeless monotony. My days at TC were filled with great ideas. This is the place in which philosophy, ethics, and the arts all mingled in my education. It was a place for exploring and discussing, writing and debating, studying and test-taking, knowing perspiration and inspiration, and the glory of getting a doctoral degree. To end with Churchill's words, "What is the use of living, if it be not to strive for noble causes and to make this muddled world a better place for those who will live in it after we're gone?" Under the astute leadership of President Susan Furman, we are growing internationally as well as nationally, attracting students and faculty from abroad and sharing our expertise with others. Thank you, President Furman and Teachers College, for making the world a better place for all students.
Thank you so much, Paula. If we're great, it's because of alums like you. Next, we're going to present the President's Medal of Excellence to Matthew Patinsky, the co-founder of Blackboard Incorporated and current Chief Executive Officer of Parchment Incorporated, as well as Assistant Research Professor at Arizona State University. Again, Tom James will read his award citation.
Matthew Patinsky, as a technology innovator, you have created game-changing ideas and products that have directly benefited millions of educators and students and shaped new areas of inquiry. You have understood technology's potential to foster connection and collaboration in learning. Blackboard Incorporated, the company co-founded by you in 1997, sparked a digital revolution in higher education by enabling professors to post course syllabi, reference sites, and study guides on the web. By 2004, course management systems pioneered by Blackboard were supporting more than a third of all college courses in the United States. Today, those systems are ubiquitous. Yet, almost from the first, Blackboard, under your leadership, set its sights on a broader vision of networked learning environments in which any student, researcher, or instructor could access any learning resource at any time from any place. More recently, as the Chief Executive Officer of Parchment Incorporated, you have taken the ideas of connection and collaboration in a new direction. Parchment's products enable recruiters and students alike to reap the full value of credential data, not only by facilitating electronic exchange of transcripts, but also by producing feedback loops between colleges and high schools that are creating more precise understanding of the preparation that students need to succeed in different academic environments. You have helped to foster the understanding that technology at its best supports teachers in their irreplaceable roles and valuable work. As you wrote in your 2003 book, The Wired Tower, quote, "The adoption of virtual learning environments has been largely driven by faculty who see the internet as a solution to an instructional problem." Matthew Patinsky, for your own thoughtfulness about technology, teaching, learning, and educational productivity, and for the paradigm-changing innovation you have introduced to the world of education, we are proud to present you with the President's Medal of Excellence.
I'm having flashbacks to graduation, which was the last time you spoke my name and the last time the president shook my hand. So this is a great honor. I sort of had all four big ideas of my life occurred in 1997. The first and most important was I took my wife on our first date, Julie, who's an alum of the Graduate School of Social Work here. That's the most important of the remaining group. The second is to start Blackboard with my co-founder, Michael Chasin, and we built the company together. The third was to take the GREs about 5 weeks after starting Blackboard. So that shows you my confidence that Blackboard was actually going to be successful, because I aspired to be an academic, which is what TC and the doctoral program here has been a wonderful platform for me to do. And then the last were the ideas that actually have now led to Parchment, my latest company. This is a wonderful gift in honor of TC. Probably the greatest gift, though, are kind of three critical lessons that TC shaped in me. The first is to appreciate the longstanding dynamics around the great challenges in education in our country. Equality, access, efficiency, quality. These are major themes, not only of how technology, I think, can help improve education, but of the policy context and the social context of change within education. The second is to appreciate kind of how unique schools are as social organizations. They're not like any other type of enterprise, and that has served me very well in the business world as well as obviously in my academic life. And then the third is just to have a deep appreciation for the importance of practice. Whether teachers or school leaders or policymakers, it's those people who are going to really make the difference. And I'm just pleased to help support them with some of the technology tools that will hopefully improve education over time. So thank you, TC, even more than for this medal, for those three lessons and for the people I learned them with. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Matt. I'd like to remind everyone that Matt will be delivering a full-scale talk on entrepreneurship, technology, and education later this afternoon at 2:15 p.m. in Millbanks Chapel, so please don't miss that. And now we'll continue to our final award presentation, and the awardee is our keynote speaker. Dr. Jeffrey Sachs, a longtime TC collaborator whose work revolves around connecting us to our future and about the potential gains for humanity. We present Dr. Sachs with the TC Medal for Distinguished Service. Tom James will now read his award citation.
Jeffrey Sachs, history will remember you for using your prodigious talents as an accomplished economist, policy advisor, and global citizen who helped to bring health, economic opportunity, and social justice to all corners of the globe. In the mid-1980s, you garnered international attention by helping many developing nations successfully address their debt crisis. During the 1990s, you helped the first post-communist government introduce radical economic reforms that other countries adopted. You subsequently helped Russia develop policies for macroeconomic stabilization, privatization, market liberalization, and international financial relations. In 2000, you became director of the World Health Organization's Commission on Macroeconomics and Health, where you spearheaded the creation and launch of the Global Fund to fight AIDS, TB, and malaria. That effort has saved millions of lives. As director of the UN Millennium Project and a special advisor to United Nations Secretary General Kofi Annan on the Millennium Development Goals, you personally took up the fight to reduce extreme poverty, disease, and hunger by 2015. Today, as director of the Earth Institute, you have reminded the world of the interconnection between addressing global climate change and promoting sustainable economic development. Projects supported by the Institute include improving rural water in India, China, Brazil, and Africa, advancing understanding of climate change in the polar regions, and working to reverse deforestation and increase forest cover in the Amazon rainforest. Jeffrey Sachs, for your astonishing range of your scholarship and the millions of lives you have bettered, extended, and saved, and for embodying the hope that we are equal to any task before us. Teachers College presents you with its Medal for Distinguished Service.
So come over here, Jeff, stand with me. So I'll do that. We're so fortunate and honored to have Dr. Sachs as our keynote speaker today. No citation can do honor to all his awards and all his accomplishments and all the contributions he's made. The New York Times Magazine once called Professor Sachs probably the most important economist in the world. We count him as definitely one of our most important neighbors, and we treasure our collaboration with the Earth Institute and our partnership in fighting poverty, ignorance, and injustice. So here to accept his award and present our keynote speech, Dr. Jeffrey Sachs. Thank you.